Everyone, welcome to this new lecture on dynamical system. Already we have given you few lectures on dynamical system, probably one or two lectures we have given, and in that lecture we discussed the basic idea of a dynamical system. What is a linear system, what is autonomous system, what is non-autonomous system, that we have discussed there. Okay, so now today's class we try to discuss something about very interesting fact, that how we convert a non-linear system to a linear system. So let's start, let's do. So basically what is dynamical system and basically what is autonomous system is that, say so it will be something like so this kind of system is called a linear autonomous system. Because the right hand side is linear and it is autonomous. Autonomous means the t should not be present in the right hand side explicitly. So this is linear autonomous system, right? Now when we try to calculate the equilibrium point or the stability, so what is the meaning of equilibrium point? The meaning of equilibrium point is to solve this one. You have to solve this one. So whatever point you are getting, that point is called equilibrium point. Say the point is x star y star. For this case we may be getting 0 0 also. Then what you have to do, you have to calculate the Jacobian. What is the meaning of Jacobian? Say if this function we can denote by pxy and this function we can denote by qxy, then Jacobian will be j of pq xy. So that can be denoted by, you can say, right, del p del x del p del y del q del x del q del y. So now based on the Jacobian you can find the eigenvalue of this matrix, and finally you get the idea, depending on the nature of the eigenvalue, that this equilibrium point is stable or not. So in short, what we can say, what is equilibrium point? The equilibrium point basically means where the derivative will goes to 0. That is, derivative 0 means there should not be any motion, that should be temporarily stagnant. Okay, so derivative 0 means the right hand side 0. So these two you solve, you get some equilibrium point. Then you consider the Jacobian of these two functions with respect to x and y. So whatever you are getting, that is the matrix which is called Jacobian matrix. Now you can find the eigenvalue and you can study the stability. So stability analysis we can do in some other class. Now the question is that what will happen that if this equation pxy and qxy is not linear? That means what we can say, is that suppose we consider another system of equation dx dt equals to pxy and dy dt equals to qxy. Say we consider this one, another system, say this is system number 1, where p or q are non-linear. That means where this function or both of them may be, they may be non-linear. Well, what is the meaning of non-linear? That is, power of x and y should not be 1 and there may be some product. So which is not linear, basically non-linear. Then how to linearize that? So our job is to convert the non-linear system to a linear system, because we know for linear system our calculation is becoming very easy. So we try to convert a non-linear system to linear system. So for that purpose you need to know some idea about Taylor series. So what is the prerequisite? This is the Taylor series of, here there are two variables, so basically for multivariable, so two variable. Say if f of xy is a function, the Taylor series expansion around some point, say alpha beta, it will be f of alpha beta plus del f del x at the point alpha beta into x minus alpha plus del f del y at the point alpha beta into y minus beta plus higher order terms. So higher order terms means then it should be square, it should be cube, like that. So now, so this means Taylor series expansion of f of xy around alpha beta. So now we try to understand what we have written there. So what we have written there, that suppose alpha beta is a point and we want to expand the function f of xy in terms of alpha beta and the derivative at alpha beta. So what is the procedure? The procedure is this one, that a function you can write as an infinite series expansion around that point, the value of the function at that point and derivative at that point, and of course the higher order term should be there. So if there is a compact function also, so we can write the infinite series expansion, which is called Taylor series expansion of this function. So now this we can understand. So now here what we have to do, so let me just erase some of the things. Here what we have to do, so for Taylor series expansion you need two things. Number one, you need the function. So what we need, so here we need the function and a point. We need these two things. Now look into this system of equation number 1. So here functions are there, pxy, qxy, so there is no problem in a function. But we need a point. So that point we choose as the equilibrium point. Okay? Say x star, y star be the equilibrium point. There may be multiple equilibrium point for a nonlinear system, even for linear system, but we have considered here only one. Because if you understand the procedure for a single equilibrium point, for all the remaining equilibrium point you can apply the same procedure. Okay? Now what does that mean? X star y star is an equilibrium point. That means the derivative, that means dx dt at the point x star y star will be 0. But what is dx dt? Dx dt means pxy. So this means p x star y star equals to 0. Similarly, dy dt at the point x star y star equals to 0. What is dy dt? Dy dt means qxy. So that is q at the point x star y star will be 0. So that we have to understand that when x star y star is an equilibrium point of some system, that means the derivative at that point must be 0. So the right hand side will be 0. So this one. Now if I want to expand the Taylor series expansion of p and q, so now what we are doing? We are doing the Taylor series expansion of p and q. So what will be the thing? So if I go for p, so it should be p xy equals to p x star y star plus del p del x at the point x star y star into x minus x star plus del p del y at the point x star y star into y minus y star plus higher order terms. So let me give equation number 2, and qxy is similarly, I can expand qxy around the equilibrium point, so that will be q x star y star plus del q del x at the point x star y star into x minus x star plus del q del y at the point x star y star into y minus y star plus higher order terms. Fine. So if I just expand the series in this form, so what I get? I get the infinite series expansion of the function p as well as the function q. Now what is x star y star? X star y star is an equilibrium point. So p x star y star is 0, q x star y star is 0. So that means this portion will be 0, this portion will be 0. And if we ignore the higher order terms, so what we are getting? So ignoring higher order terms from 2 and 3, what we get? We get pxy equals to del p del x. So I can simply write px, that is and the same symbol as del p del x, into x minus x star plus py into y minus y star. So this is number 4, and we got qxy equals to qx into x minus x star plus qy into y minus y star, and we got 5. Now, so basically pxy means it is dx dt. So basically this is nothing but we are getting dx dt and we are getting dy dt. So now you see from 4 and 5, if I write this in matrix notation, so what will be getting? We will be getting dx dt dy dt. On the right hand side, what we got? We got another matrix, say del p del x, we can write px, say del p del y del q del x del q del y into x minus x star y minus y star. Now look into this one. What is this matrix? This matrix is nothing but the Jacobian of p and q with respect to x and y. So basically what is the idea is that when any nonlinear system will be there, all the problem of nonlinear system you may not be able to solve using your so-called procedure. So what you have to do, you have to convert the nonlinear system to an equivalent linear system. So what is the conversion procedure? That conversion is not valid for all the points. That conversion will be valid in a small neighborhood around the equilibrium point. So our first job will be to find an equilibrium point, say x star y star. Then simply we can calculate the Jacobian at the point x star y star, and we can write this matrix form which will be the equivalent linear form. So thank you all. That's it for this class. Hope you can understand that if there is a linear system, we can directly write that, we can find the Jacobian. If there is a non-linear system, then also the Jacobian is very important concept required for the conversion to a linear system. Thank you.